What, in your opinion, made George Floyd's demise the powder keg that would make BLM a household name?
Social media. Simple as that. But it's funny.
Haven't we seen? No, seriously.
Yeah,
I've seen very many.
I've seen
videos.
A lot. There's loads.
Too many.
I've seen loads.
Yeah.
This is what I was trying to say before. Like with Trayvon Williams, for example, Freddie Gray. Like, it's not a case of like, this is a separate matter. This has been going on,
and it still is going on,
centuries. This has been going on,
So what made this?
What made
different?
it?
In your mind's eye, I'm not asking you. All of our views.
I look at probably the COVID situation with the lockdown. I think also as well, it was horrible to say, a bit more of a distraction for people to get fented over.
Do you think maybe as well the fact? Can I say put something in there?
Yeah, go on.
The thing about when we were hearing, because I know how I felt when they were saying that black people were kind of responsible, in terms of the spreading, like because they're saying okay, we're more likely to capture
the scapegoat.
That to me was like, whoa, come on. I think that was really worrying. It's like, how could you do this? It just made it seem like we weren't on the same side anymore.
Yeah, it was very much that, because I was getting, when I said I was going, it was a lot of people like texting me going, oh my God, you're going to go to that flipping fire, you're going to go there and spread the virus. And it was just like, well, you know what, I don't really believe in the virus anyway, to be honest with you. And this is important. I just thought it felt important. And I don't know what made it important for me. Maybe it was the whole kind of what was going on in the background and so forth, and what I was seeing on social media. Because, not being funny or nothing, when you're locked in, like most people are, all you're going to do is what? You're tuned into social media 24/7. So it magnimised everything, the whole George Floyd incident, even though I was aware of so many atrocities before, But Black Lives Matter, you know what, end of the day, I'm not looking at no political group or affiliation of no group. I don't give a damn about them. It's all about making it mean something to me and doing what I can as an individual, not joining a group or any kind of, as me, Alie Jalloh, what can I do to actually advance equality, and, equilibrium of respect between all races and creeds. What can I actually do? And that's what most people need to do. And that's what creates mass consciousness, when people take it upon themselves to do what they can and not be led by any groups or so forth.
Yeah. Do you know what I said? I absolutely agree with everything you're saying. And do you know what I found was really illuminating for me during the course of the whole, the experience of the period? Because it literally was a sacrifice that happened, and we just woke up to this sacrifice that happened, because a life was taken. But it was seeing every. It
was the way it was.
It was seeing that I would say, and I use some. Let's press this again in the next question. But it was our white brothers and sisters. So many of them got on board and just actually felt it as well, because they watched that video, and they watched this murder, and they just were like, "What the hell happened here?" I remember because I got quite a lot of white friends, and I remember them not wanting to. Huh?
Just a few, yeah.
Yeah, I only got a few mates. I only got a few white friends, not many. Those online, but not real ones.
Got a few white friends, just a few.
I haven't got many real white friends, just imaginary ones, and ones online. They don't want to hang out with me. I'm back. I'm kidding. So my white brothers and sisters, yeah, they literally, and that's, their response was deeply felt for me. They saw it.
What was your response though? Because
their response.
My response was very. How can I say? It was half and half. It really was. I called it the truth serum, and what I found was that some people's responses were totally unforgiving, and people making validations for his death, which I found disturbing.
But those aren't not people.
Those
I
have
friends.
Really disturbing.
Thankfully, those aren't those people. Yeah. Although they have the right to their own view, but those people are not the kind of friends I have.
Well, I wouldn't say friends as like I hang with, but I'm talking on that Facebook kind of
But I won't lie to you, I did get people having a very different response to it. But I'm one of the people that were close to me who contacted me, said, Mark Anthony, I'm really sorry for what I've seen on there, and I'm just wanting, literally, they're calling me up to see how I felt.
I did get people.
They're calling me to see how I felt.
Actually message me.
It was funny.
In
it was like
private
weird.
and like, oh well, look, you know what? I don't think that way, or
that was crazy, wasn't it?
And it was just like people apologising, and what people got to appreciate is this: you don't need to apologise because.
You didn't do it.
My problem is there, but the problem is not you.
Exactly.
My problem is nothing to do with you. Even my problem is not even to do with you if you was to call me a black so-and-so. My problem is to do with the systematic powers that be. Because these are the people that channel the information. Yeah? These are the power that use these systems to create environments like that. So, as I always say, the white working class guy has got more in actual, more in comparison with a foreigner, so to speak. Yeah? You've got, not comparison, what's what I'm looking for? In common, sorry. They've got more in common, basically, to do with them. So, it's like they're playing us. Whilst we're fighting each other and being on the same kind of ladder, those at the top stay there. And that's the trouble. We always use as a scapegoat ethnic minorities for everything.
So I mean, obviously there have been theories out there that this person, like George Floyd's death, was literally, it was used because it was there. It was all about trying to stir up the races.
Yeah.
This guy was part of something else, part of a cult, an esoteric group of some kind.
I heard that they were friends, apparently, or they worked in the same...
Potentially there was more to maybe why he chose him, but there was all different views and news and things that are going on saying, well, actually, there's more to it than that. And even I've heard that George Floyd's actually still alive. Have you heard that
I've heard some stories like that, but...
So in other words, it was just there to create this divide between all the nations.
Regardless of what it is, or what it is, it's an opportunity. This is what people are not actually peeping the game. This is an opportunity to be vociferous, to make yourselves known now, and to bring it to the fore. I don't believe in the token gestures, the sacking of big, what's it called, Little Britain, all that kind of stuff there.
Little bit, all that
kind of stuff there is just token.
Yeah,
that just kind of sickens me.
I think there was a lot of, I think what we've started to see, and this is a conversation, again, I'd love people to come forward and put forward your suggestions to this. Just something I've noticed is there's been a lot of, recruitments in terms of black people on TV and everything else, and it's more, and I've never seen our TV have more black faces on it in my life. And we know it's not going to last for very long. We know at some point there's going to be this whole kind of rage against the fact there's lots of black people on TV.
Well, not already.
Or we're switching off the TV, whatever. Why would they do that? Why, if they know this is going to happen, why would they do that? Why wouldn't you just do things in the right way? Why wouldn't you introduce things in a measured way?
Because it's Discord. Discord's the best thing. You can't have harm. That's the whole point of it. You need to have... This is what the whole point of it.
It's like it's an agenda. It's something making
everything
sense.
In capitalist world is functional. Crime's functional.
Someone's making money.
Someone needs to make
Insurance
money.
Insurance companies not making any money, but someone else is making money.
Exactly.
So it's like there's money to be made. So but this is a fantastic thing, because obviously we're just throwing things out there and looking at stuff. And I think the great thing about having an intelligent brain, is the fact you're just not going to just take things on face value. And, so again, this is what ClusterView is about. Hope you like what we're putting out there. Sign up to ClusterView. Check out our Instagram page and support what we're trying to do here. Just giving us a voice, but allowing us to speak about things that I think most of us aren't willing to speak up. Or when we do try to speak up about it on Facebook, you find you're getting taken down or
shut down,
or you've got so many people just object to you. There's no rational support to it. Just object, call you racial slurs.
The worst
whatever.
thing is when they do the subliminals. It's like they'll put a post out there, and it's about you, but they haven't said your name or nothing. When they just put the subliminal out there, and it's just like, right, how do I address this? Should I just ignore it? Really, just get on with it, or should I reply back? It's just one of those ones. And sometimes I just think, what? let me be a devil. Let me just reply back, even though it doesn't really bother me. And then I just let people just vent, and people show their true selves. And then when they show their true selves, then you wanna, oh, I'm blocking you. Fine, block me. You know, that's the whole point of it. I'm not gonna be one of these people that block people. I want people to block me.
Yeah, I don't block anyone.
I've
never deleted anyone. I think I've deleted one person. That was a very personal thing that happened.
There's people I deleted because it was like, hang on, you're actually spying on me, kind of thing. You need to get going. So it was just one of those ones. Get going, gone. But like in the point of blocking somebody because I don't like your view or what you say, I just think that's weak.
Yeah.
You put your view out.
Everyone has their right to whatever. It's not something I subscribe to.
Yeah.
I don't block people. I don't delete people. And I agree, and everything you said, and that's why it's great. Whether you agreed or disagreed, or we had the conversation here, and we just completely on different tangents. For me, I'm not bothered about that. I love the fact that you have these views. I'm learning from you. And that's the point of it.
That's the whole point, isn't it? We learn from each other.
Exactly. I'm learning from it. It's like, okay, why aren't I thinking about it in that way? And that's how societies grow. You know, people are so worried about losing what we have. They're worried about what might come next. Not understanding, actually, maybe what we have now isn't working.
Not living in the current.
Maybe we're not working, but there have been so many casualties of this society. And yes, some people have benefited from it. It's like being wealthy. You know, yes, they benefit, but there's so many who have been dumped under the bus.
Yeah.
We have to create more of an equitable society. And I'm not here to talk about whether I want society to change in that way or that regard. But what I would definitely want to see is that people think about other people a lot more. And I'm all for positive change, whatever that means.
We live in a world of, you know, what I say, ego over empathy and images over reality.
And ego over empathy.
This is what we're seeing more than you see it on Facebook. You know, you see it on some of these websites and stuff that you go onto, and people are really getting nasty. It's like you can get into a conversation with somebody or a debate, but you know, within the two exchanges, that debate gets personal, and it's not the actual argument at hand that you're arguing.
But you don't hold off. You don't hold off either. I mean,
I don't hold up. But
you get your guns out.
No. I stay to the argument. Yeah, I always make sure I stick to the point.
You're a bit of a James O'Brien. You just blitz.
No, I will blitz. But I will blitz it in terms of the argument. I don't blitz you in regards to who you are as a person, or because that's weak. When you do that, you're lost. Don't even bother coming back. Yeah, you're done. But the point being is that I always validate with what I say with sources and material. Otherwise, what I'm talking is just that. Yeah, and if you challenge, I don't mind. I engage in that. I love that. But if you can't base any argument of any evidence with it or anything else, or any actual logical sense even, then I'm sorry, then I'm going to have to show you that what you put is a load of doo-doo. I'm sorry. And it's not me trying to be rude or anything,
it makes sense.
It's the way it is, because I can have discourse with so many people and so many different topics which I had done, and it's always ending with, you know what, thanks very much, I've learnt something off you. Hopefully you've learnt something off me. That's the whole point of debates. But when a debate's based on ego, of which I'm not into, yeah, and you show yourself that it's all about ego, not the actual point, then I will dismiss you in the nicest or horriblest way I wish to. That's how I feel. So,
it makes sense. Ali, thank you for that wonderful response.
No worries.
So look, I personally take to calling everyone my brother and sister to assuage any idea if I hold ill intent to anyone. Okay? Can you consider ways that will encourage unity as opposed to the division people now feel?
One way is to stop the internet. I'm only joking. Well, I'm not joking.
You know, that's a valid point.
Because I think about it. Obviously, I just said it in a joking manner. But you know, I see a lot of, how can I say it? A lot of anger, a lot of resentment. I see a lot of stunting and imagery. I see a lot of discord, especially on social media. And what would be great is we go back to the traditional methods of when I was growing up, you know. Like, for example, like Where I grew up in Ashburton Estate, it was very much a community-based environment. Everybody knew each other. Everybody looked after each other. Everybody knew where other people's kids were. You know, and kids.
I know that very well.
You know the whole.
I left my estate to come and hang out
but
with your estate.
These people don't. These people don't. They're listening. And you know that was the great thing. And you know, people being together, social interaction. But I remember going on the estate. I'd left the estate, I think in 2001, 2002, and I thought, so let me just like have a little pop round and see what's going on, because I was around the area, and it was dead. Just like a ghost town, like the music blaring, like people huddling together, gone and evaporated. I'm not even talking about the whole social distancing and COVID era. I'm talking before then. So I don't know, man. We just need to get back to just interaction again, human interaction, and just getting back the community again and people together. Because, as I said before, like the greatest inventions that we've had in the last 25 years have been about distances away, and also artificial simulation or artificial intelligence. You know, so yeah, it's a hard one. It's a hard question, but we just need to get back to being real again and being as people again.
Well, can I give you an example for me? Because you know, I call people, I said you call people brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And the reason why I call people brothers and sisters, this is quite a funny thing. Not funny, it wouldn't be considered to be funny, to be fair, but it was to me. It was like, whoa, you know, a white guy, you know, called me brother.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not used to that. I wasn't used to that, and I started seeing it more and more. White
brother,
people
all right, brother, how you doing?
And I'm like, what? What do you mean, brother? We're not, you know, because obviously it's never, you know, has never felt like that. Because I've had real great relationships with some people.
Yeah.
But these are complete strangers calling me brother, and you know, and it's, you know, you go to Asian shop, they call you boss. You know,
boss man.
You know, like, why
we call them boss man.
Why are you calling me boss? I mean, you know, I'm not your boss. But the fact was, it just kind of felt very strange. But them calling me brother felt very, very strange. But I thought to myself, wow, that in itself made me think, wow, he called me his brother.
It's a different frequency, isn't it?
Yeah, it just made me feel, wow, I can't really think of
You can't say anything bad towards
yeah, it's like, wow,
say
brother.
It's my brother.
Yeah, and I
like,
thought, it neutralised me completely. You know, not that I was feeling anything negative towards him, but the fact was, it was like, okay, but why are you calling me brother? It was just a very different feeling. I've never had that from white people.
You see what it is? And I tell people, words are spells. So, how you say something, or how you express, or the octave in your voice, can actually have a massive actual change regarding a person's emotions. And how they respond and interact after you've actually gone. Because we pass energy around. You see what I'm saying? So when you're saying something like brother and so forth, that gives you a different emotion from just someone just saying hi and then moving on.
It's the familiarity.
It's the familiarity, but it's a familiarity that you've not been associated with, and more to the point, because it's coming from, you know, the colour-coded white counterpart, it kind of changes that.
It's always kind of seen us as a threat, it's always seen us as this negative way.
Yeah, because the brother is in a sense, when people say brother, it's the kind of sense of like, I know what you're going through. It's that oppression kind of link. Isn't it? Yeah, exactly. But when somebody like a white person says it, who, you know, through the narrative, of course, is supposed to be our kind of counterpart and who we're fighting against, for him to say that, it kind of changes the ways, but that's the way it should be.
It's quite powerful.
It is powerful.
And that's why I've taken to using it more.
This is what we should be doing. We should be understanding who the enemy is here. My enemy is not the white person that lives a few doors down from me. Okay, it's the actual powers that be. Like I said before, you know, the governmental systems. These are our issues and problems, because you know what the joke is. That person that lives in the same estate as me has got the same issues as me as well. You know? And that's the reasons why I think a lot of those types of people find it very hard to understand the whole George Floyd incident and why they don't actually get it, because the whole channeling and the whole system oppresses them as well. You see what I'm saying?
That's it, and that's one of the things I found. Exactly. It's like, well, we work really hard. They're like, well, we work really hard. Why is no one looking out for us? Yeah. Why are you now getting your? It's almost like now you're trying to get your leg up the ladder. As it were. It's like, no, actually, for the first time, you're actually listening to us because we've not been able to talk about racism. But anyway, I think the idea of trying to find ways to unify ourselves with people rather than, breaking ourselves and dividing is the way to go forward.
That is exactly the same way to go forward.
That's what we're doing on ClusterView.
It's the only way to go forward. Like, I could stand here and give you the whole kind of black power rhetoric and, the whole kind of whites are demonic, but that's not how I feel. That's not the way it is. Even to those that may have the racial bias and prejudice towards me, I don't look at it in a sense of that's them. I actually feel in a way that I'm fortunate that you actually feel that way and you're channeled that way and your ignorance is there for all to see.
Interesting way to look at that.
That's the way I look at it, because it's too easy. Because I think when that first George Floyd incident came out, I was reading so much kind of defamatory kind of posts and some stuff I thought was just ridiculous coming out of people's, well, not people's mouths, but, what they write and type. And, I was just on it. I was just jumping on it, on them. And somebody turned around to me and goes, Al, have you ever thought of it this way, that these people don't actually understand? And it's like, it's true, I'm giving them too much capacity for them to actually say that you're on a level of understanding that I am, when you're not. You've never had to.
Yeah, of course.
You've never had to. You've never had to worry about these issues. So that's the reasons why your perspective comes that way. But what I will say is that don't argue against my resistance when you don't acknowledge where the past of my history comes from. If you don't have that, sit your ass down, don't talk. Yeah? If you have got no knowledge or history of not just myself, but of a whole generation of black people coming over to the Western Isles and all the issues that we've had to deal with to get just a little scratch of relativity here. Do you know what I mean? Don't talk to me. I don't want to know. Do you know what I mean?
And you know what? I hear you, and I actually hope that the viewers and if everyone listening to this is getting and seeing exactly what Alie's talking about, because it's something that I think resonates with a lot of black people. And if you are someone who basically is considering yourself as one of our brothers, you've got to get it. You've got to understand. You've got to do that research and try to understand where it's all coming from. This isn't about, it's not an attack on anyone.
I want to say one thing as well, because of the whole Black Lives Matter we had.
Sorry, one second. I just want to have a bit of my tea. All right.
That's okay.
I know everyone's going to
notice. I'm perfectly fine.
Literally is going to go, where's that second mug?
Hold on, wait. Anyway,
yeah, we cut it, and we started again. Don't worry about that. Well, we need to have a cup of tea.
Nice cup of chai, as they say. What was I saying? The whole thing with the All Lives Matter. It's like, if you don't understand all Black Lives Matter, then how can you stand All Lives Matter? Because this is the whole concept of what we're saying. You see, when I went to the actual protests.
You see.
Riots. Protests.
There wasn't any riots, was there?
There was nothing. There was nothing. There's going to be skirmishes, of course, but there was nothing. And the beauty of it was that there was all different types of races, colours, creeds, all joining together under that one banner. That's the beauty of it all. Yeah, that's the whole beauty of the Black Lives Matter thing, because if you're a real humanitarian, then you'll understand the importance of equality when another section of people are not getting theirs. But to use the All Lives Matter as a kind of rebuke against Black Lives Matter just shows ignorance. Because if I was to turn around to you and say, well, does All Lives Matter to rapists and child paedophiles, I'm sure people will turn around and say no.
They'll be like, let's execute them.
Yeah. See, this is the whole concept of what I'm trying to say here in regards to how people think and react.
Thank you. Brilliant. Everyone, please, make sure you subscribe to ClusterView. Check us out, cluster.view on Instagram, and, follow Alie, Jalloh, follow Mark Anthony Abel, follow whoever. Just support the people, support what we're trying to do here. It's very, very positive.